My name is Al Gonzales, Sergeant, U.S. Marine Corps in 1950. I enlisted right after the Chosin Reservoir. And little did I know, when I joined, the Marine Sergeant told me that in New York, you know where you're going to Korea. Just to let you know, you join the Navy, join the Army, but you're going to Korea. That's where these enlistees are going. So I did a total of 8 years in the Marine Corps, 4 regular and 4 reserve, right? And I heard my story, the story of my friend here that I found, but I never regretted one moment I put in service. I enlisted, I went there, I made my own trouble. If I got in it, I got in it. If I got out of it, I got out of it. But as far as I'm concerned, my time in the Marine Corps was well worth it. I'd do it again if I could, but I can't. In my case, everybody knew about the Chosin Reservoir. It was in the newspapers. The Marines took a whacking over there, right? And I knew I already had in my mail my draft notice. Uncle Sam wants you. I says, the Army is taking the shellacking over here too. They're getting heavy casualties. So let me go down and join the Coast Guard. I tried to join the Coast Guard. They said, how old are you? I said, 18. He said, get out of here. That'll be 17 or less. We got loaded. I said, I'm not wasting a day. I took off from work. Let me go join the Navy now. They were in the same building, Navy and Marine Corps. I go in the Navy. Three times around the building, the line was just to join the Navy. And I see a sergeant sitting there like this. He said, yeah, what's up, buddy? I said, maybe I want to join the Marines. He said, you know what you're getting into? I said, yeah. He said, you don't see nobody here, do you? Nobody wants to go in the Marine Corps. They just read the newspapers. I said, I'll go. So I took my physical, I passed it. Little did I know I had 2nd degree flat feet. I get to Paris Island, and I said, how'd you get down here? You should have never been accepted. Well, the sergeant, the recruiters, for the recruit numbers were taking anybody. They took me and sent me there and let them get rid of me. I said, you can't send me home, I got no hair left. It was like that, right? It works. So I said, okay, we'll find an MOS for you. Artillery or tanks. You gotta go through infantry training, but that's where you're gonna end up. And I ended up in tanks. And then just to carry on that a little bit, my uncle was a general in the Mexican Army, right? So they ask you, anybody got any famous friends in here? I said, yeah, my uncle's a general in the Mexican Army. Big fucking deal, big deal. Let's go down to see the public relations officer. I go down there, they did a print up of me in a paper. Nephew of Mexican general joins the Marine Corps for publicity. I get back with the rest of the guys and take the garbage too with them, you know. It's comical. I was a kid, 19. At 19 years old, I was in charge of 30 some odd guys in my platoon. The staff sergeant got knocked out, the regular sergeant got knocked out, a corporal got knocked out, but I was a PFC, 19 years old. Hey, Gonzales, you got the platoon now. You gotta be shitting me. Most of these guys are older than me in there. I and all you guys have been there know you are responsible for their lives now. You make one freaking bad decision, let's charge just to get some glory and get it all wiped out. You're responsible for those guys' lives. So I couldn't wait until they go out for replacements. I don't care if that sergeant just got out of boot camp himself. At least he's got the stripes, so he'll take the responsibility. But getting a lot of guys knocked off or whatever's going on. And I'm not going to live my life to the end regretting it. I did it, I went there, I asked for it, and I got mine. I can tell my kids, I can tell my family, I can tell you guys if you want to hear it. I'm not ashamed to say that I was there. I did it. And I wasn't looking for no parade or anything like that when I come home. It was just us. World War II was just over with 5 years later. So our enemy in Japan that we were fighting 5 years earlier, now they're selling us souvenirs for Christ's sakes. You know, it's like a crazy world we're in. But hey, it was life. It's life.
Guys in Vietnam.
You could tell the difference, I'm sure you guys did too, of the southern boys versus the northern boys. Those guys knew how to control themselves in the woods and all that with a weapon in their hands, especially when I was there. Marine Corps was almost all rebels. Almost everybody was from the South, it seems like, right? And us guys from New York, from the metropolitan area, the DIs down there used to call us every goddamn name you could think of that was derogatory. You New York's finest, you scums, or you this and all that, you know. Let's show you what a man is. And sure enough, within weeks, you know what that difference was. But those, and then you went to California, if you went out of Pendleton, out there they called them the Mexican Marines. Every freaking Marine out there was a Mexican. But they had no other jobs, so they joined the Marine Corps. That was the easiest way for them to get anywhere in life. So I felt good when I stood in line there. I went through the whole Spanish alphabet. But I thought, Gonzales, yeah. In the South was Johnson, Brown, White, and all this shit like that. What are they gonna have mentioned the Spanish name here? I used to be with a bunch of guys from Ohio, and all they did was argue pigs. I got this type of pig, you got that pig, your pig suck. I get more on the market than you get it. Holy crap, we're talking baseball, they're talking pigs. We're talking chickens. I got malaria. I don't know if I got it in Korea or I got it in the Caribbean, but I got it. I spent a month in St. Albans Naval Hospital.
I was there too.
You know what then, right? And I was the highest enlisted man at that time. So they made me the Admiral's orderly. I used to follow the Admiral around like a little puppy dog. He went to the bathroom, I had to stand out and guard the door. When nobody else was in the bathroom, all kinds of crap. Like every Sunday, put the flag up, right? But I was bad. I feel for you because I went up to about 107 in fever. I was freaking
I think I
haywire.
was 105. I don't know.
They had to throw me in an ice tank, strip me clean, and they had a canvas bag. They threw me in there, ice cold water. And I'm screaming for my life. And these other guys with no arms and all, they're yelling, "Shut that bastard up, shut him up, we're watching a movie for crying out loud." And I'm freezing to death in that thing. Hey, did any of you guys ever feel like nothing's gonna happen to you? It's in God's hand. I'm not religion, but as far as I know as a kid, I was taught, God takes you. It could be as a baby, it could be like I am 90 years old. What the frick am I doing here yet? I'm still here. The time is coming. I haven't fulfilled whatever God put me on earth for. All this time in Korea, yes, I was scared, freaking noisy as hell. But why is my buddies getting knocked off? I'm right next to them. God is not taking me yet for some reason. To this day, He's not taking me yet. I've freaking had heart trouble. You name one, I don't have. I'm still here. I'm still here to bullshit and all that. What am I gonna do? I gotta do yet. I had buddies shot down next to me. Guys over my shoulder, shot through the neck. That bullet was meant for me. It just missed me and got him in the neck. And I heard bullets go by which we all probably have. I heard it. They say you're gonna hear the bullet that hit you. And now I believe it. When I heard that thing go by me, and I seen a splash of water in front of me, that was meant for me. Thinking I missed. He's not getting a second shot. Did you guys feel? The Vietnam guys know. I can understand that. I don't know how you feel. You feel like government never did nothing for you, and I agree with you. You guys were treated like shit when you came home, right? I wasn't treated much better, but still, that was different. To this day, the Korean government, I'm going to do a big plug for them, never forgot us guys. They've invited me and other Korean war veterans. I've been back to Korea 8 times already, on their dime. Every 5 years, they take us back to show us the progress they made. Where was the building that was here 5 years ago? We tore it down. It was old. Holy Christ, everything. Yeah. The mask I got on, they sent me 1,300 masks last April for me to give to Korean war veterans. Because I'm a commander in the area, right? And I made sure my guys got that. I was supposed to go to Korea next week, but the COVID is acting up over there. All we had to do was get ourselves down to Andrew Air Base, and the Korean military was flying a plane in to take 100 guys and their companion free to Korea for 9 days. But as far as I'm saying, I did my year in Korea. Not that I was looking for a reward, because we never knew what we were going to get, but I am getting the reward now. For their love, people. I speak a little bit of Korean, but I have to, because anybody that lives in my area says you got to speak Korean, or you ain't going to buy nothing in the stores. Everything is Korean up there. Right, Joe will attest to that. So you speak to the people, thank you, thank you, thank you. When you wonder they're gonna get tired bending like that, you know, they look like a yo-yo. But I felt my service was appreciated. That's what I felt. Vietnam guys know, even though our government didn't appreciate your service. But I felt like what I did over there was a great honor. I remember one time, I was on a Caribbean cruise, like the same thing as a Med cruise, but they did 3 months in the Caribbean, just 6 months in the Med.
Right.
And so we were stopped at the Virgin Islands. And we went there, and the Virgin Islands is a big submarine base. There was a big submarine base there. And they had a bar there for sailors. So we went in there, and I was drinking Tom Collins. Well, in the heat, that's one thing to stay away from. I drank Tom Collins like a plastic. I couldn't take no more. I said to my buddy, let's go to an air conditioner somewhere. So we found a movie. The movie was Kill the Umpire with William Bendix. I don't know if you remember that movie.
Yeah.
That's an oldie, right? So I'm in the movie, and I'm just about verging to heave, and I spot the exit door. Open the door, and out I went to heave. Little did I know that door led to a ditch. It's that deep the sewer. Poof, in. I had the tan uniform on, right? And when you sweat, it looks like hell. Imagine falling into a pile of crap. I'm there. About 10 minutes later, my buddy's looking for me. I didn't come back from the bathroom. He finds me in there, and all the natives are all looking down at this guy laying in the crap.
Hell of a story.
He pulls me out. We gotta get back on the ship. We gotta get those clothes off you somehow. We get back to the ship, and there's about 100 Marines trying to get back on. A ship, there's an LST now, puts their net over the side, drops it with a crane. Everybody in there. Nobody can climb the stairs, they're all soused. Pulled it up, dropped it on the deck. Everybody's trying to untangle themselves from the rope. No, the ropes with the neck. Oh man, well, it's horrible. The last time I was home from boot camp, so the time I returned from Korea was almost 2 years. I come home on a Sunday. My father dropped dead the next day. He waited 2 years for me almost to come home, and he died the next day. Just like that. So my leave was spent going to funeral homes and taking care of my mother-in-law. There he waited for me. My father used to write me some letters. I said, Daddy, I wish you were here. With the big fire issues going on, this sounds like a movie. I tell the kids, if you're not headed for college, which a lot of them ain't, but it's an ego trip they're going, go in the service, put your 2 years in the Army or 3 or 4 in the Marine Corps, get a background, get an education. Then come out, you got a better opportunity to get some kind of a job than walking the streets and getting in trouble. Right? So go there. Yes, you can get in trouble in the military, but your chances are that you fear the military more than you fear your parents, basically. Because you know you're going to have to answer to somebody. Your parents will say, oh, don't do it no more, Johnny. In the military, no more. Johnny, maybe you're going to the brig. Who the hell knows? Up in my area, I'm on a local draft board, District 2. And I hear more parents when I tell them that, how could you? I said, somebody's got to do it. Somebody's got to control where the kids go if they're going to get drafted, if it ever comes to that. Now they do it all online. They don't even have to go to the post office no more. They do it online. And I tell the kids that. You won't get a loan, you won't get this, you won't get that. No, you won't get nothing. And the parents, when I tell them that, how could you do such a thing? I said, I'm not doing it. The government is doing it. I'm just here to help transition the kids and all that.
You know, if you can't go to the college, if you don't want to go, you can't afford it, or whatever it is, like going to the military is going to give you that trade.
Joe, I'll back that up for trade in the military. When I went in, I ended up in the tanks, like I told you, right? In the Army amphibians, and you learn how to drive those damn things. When I come home, I was looking for a part-time job, so I got a job in a cemetery in Fort Lee. And lo and behold, they bought a bulldozer. And then the guys that worked in the cemetery, they had to do the shovels, but they didn't know how to drive the bulldozer. I said, I could drive that damn thing. I was driving a bulldozer in the cemetery, the other guys were digging ditches. My military training.
Well, the other trade my Uncle Al learned was the barber, because all 6 boys would come down, once a month and get their hair buzzed in the basement one at a time, you know? There it is.
That's home. One time, a South Korean, drunken South Korean soldier pulled his pistol on me for no apparent reason. I think he thought we were coming to his village, They go after the women, which one, we were just stopping over there. He pulled a pistol on me and he got disarmed right away. And they took him away. And a couple days later, I get called into the company headquarters and says, Gonzales, you gotta go down to that village and watch the punishment for that soldier that pulled the gun on you. I said, why I gotta do it? He says, you gotta go. If you don't go, you're insulting the commander that is gonna punish him. Gotta go. You know what the guy's punishment was? They lined him against the wall and stoned him. He stood there and throwing rocks at the guy till he was too proud to go down. He should have went down for the first 2 rocks. He just stood there and gave me shredded by stones till he went down. Thank you for coming. That was their punishment. They didn't kill the guy because he's still able to fight, but they made him pay for the offense.
He was stoned.
He was stoned. They did it to their villages. They used to build on roads. The Korean Marines that go in, take the whole village out. You got to reinforce these roads because they were rice paddy roads. The tanks were hanging over the sides for crying out. They lay out stones and all that. And if they wasn't working fast enough, hard enough, blow the whistle, now throw those rocks at each other. Stealing at each other, for Christ's sake, so they got tired of it.